Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Tonight, we are playing another scenario from Fear Sharp Little Needles, Spilsbury 9485. It was written by Adam Gauntlett, and it's available from Drive-Thru RPG. This is a slight variation on Delta Green in that it is based in London, and over there, the organization is called Pisces. Holly Buteau is our game master, and this is a one-shot. So, without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Holly?
Thank you, Tom. It is January 27th, 2016, an icy cold, wet, and miserable Wednesday by all accounts. So what's new? Things have been slowly picking up since the holidays when you each receive an encrypted email from an unknown source inviting you to a night at the opera.
You have been invited to a night at the opera. Report to Liverpool Street Station, Platform 9, immediately for your tickets. Your objectives: 1, locate and investigate the artifact. 2, eliminate any threats associated with the artifact. 3, secure artifact and ensure it doesn't escape again. Friendly PC Jonathan Decker, deliver artifact to HQ. This email will be deleted in 1 minute.
So the immediacy of the demand does catch you off guard. You've never been summoned without any prep time available. So you know this has got to be urgent. Each of you heads off to the Liverpool Street train station. I will put like a link to the map of it in our chat. You arrive at the station via the London Underground, and we'll say that you all kind of gather there at the platform of the London Underground platform, not Platform 9. It's been a while since you've seen each other.
You're on mute, Tom.
Do any of us know Jonathan Decker?
No, they a police constable, just by all accounts, just a...
Well, I see we're all here again. Obviously, we got the same message. Did anyone notice that it seemed to sound as if the opera star is something more than an object?
Yeah, objects don't usually escape.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Unless we're looking for, quite literally an artifact that has legs.
Let's hope it's not the bugs again. I need that like a hole in the head.
Don't start.
I mean, if you need a hole in the head.
So you ascend the steps to the platforms for the train station itself. You hear a clock chiming the hour. It's 9 a.m. Busy commuters rush past you, and a group of young, gothy-looking kids rudely push by. You see a large blue police phone box. A group of young people gathered around it. You can hear them all whispering, "Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who." Maybe some kind of promotional thing for the show. And there are posters plastered all over several of the walls that catch your eye. They're brightly colored. But looking toward Platform 9, you see a young police constable, probably fresh from the academy, looking at his phone with a very bored expression. He's shifting from foot to foot as he stands next to a very large steamer trunk. What do you all want to do?
I'll walk up to him. Let's say, Jonathan?
Oh, yes. Are you guys the guys that we call in, right? You guys are the guys from the number. I'm sorry. You guys are the guys from the number, right?
Right.
Right.
What's the trunk?
Oh, I have no idea. We've always just been told if a steamer trunk were to appear at a train station, call this specific number. So that's what we did. I've been dying to know what it's all about, though. I've been hearing about this for years. And here I am. I'm getting the chance to do it. This is great. What's in it?
Well, unfortunately, we've always been told if we found a steamer trunk in an odd space like this, we're to take it and not open it.
Oh. All right, then. And you're standing next to it. You can see that it is a large HJ Cave and Sons. That's the brand. Steamer trunk. About 5 feet long, 3 feet deep, a little less than 3 feet wide. It's someone has written on it Spilsbury number 9485 in marker. There is a deep, dark, reddish brown stain collecting in the bottom of the trunk. And there's a very foul smell coming from it.
Well, we should take this elsewhere
Indeed.
as rapidly as possible. Is there...
How heavy is it?
Pretty heavy, over 100 pounds.
It'll take a couple of us. Can we get a
It has
Do they
to
have
be
any-
dolly.
dollies here in the
Oh yeah. The
station?
Decker will, snap to if you direct him so, and grab a dolly. He's like, I'll be right back.
Is there any way to get a tarp with that as well? I don't want to own this box around with the...
If you give me a
With-
few minutes, I'll see if I can find one of the custodians.
That would be very useful.
Hustles away. Is there anything you all want to do while he's doing that?
I'm going to put my
crowded is
ear
this?
up to the trunk and see if it sounds like anything inside.
No noise, no movements.
Is this place crowded?
Oh yes, it's 9 a.m. at a
Yeah.
train station in London.
Okay.
It's quite crowded.
It's one of the major train stations that kind of has arteries out to the east. So yeah, there's a lot of people.
Okay, so
They don't seem to even. They just walk by you. Like no one seems to really notice.
this Decker fellow, he's a little enthusiastic.
And a little unprofessional.
Is he just a friendly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just excited to be working with M13. That's what he's thinking.
I wonder to what extent we need to be concerned about some biohazard, given that this trunk is a little leaky.
Well, that's what I'm concerned about.
The
It's not
question, how-
leaking. To be fair, it's just that stain is. It's definitely staining the bottom of the trunk.
If I were to take out a handkerchief and rub the stain, would it come away colored?
It doesn't. No, it's clearly dried.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well,
You
that's good. We
see,
don't have to get it.
Young Decker brings up the trolley. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go find a janitor." He's a very air of excitement about him, exuberance.
I'm sure he's a nice lad.
Very young.
Well, let's get this onto the trolley.
Do we think
Dolly.
which direction is Spilsbury?
What
This
is
is a
your
place.
history? What is your history, Tristan?
My specialty is in Middle Eastern studies,
Still,
Not-
what's your score? Like, what's your
not English villages. But I am, a nerd. 65 is what I have in
Okay.
history.
you say that you pose that question aloud, and Lanville, that it kind of comes to you too, unsurprisingly. The two of you realize Spilsbury isn't a place, it's a person. He's often considered the father of modern forensic science. He lived in the later half of the 19th century and the early part of the 20th century.
That's interesting.
He was well known for his work with Scotland Yard and just helping them solve murders, crimes, etc.
As science began to enter into the world of law enforcement.
Yes, are you Tristan? Are you a fan of true crime podcasts as well, or?
Podcasts are kind of, I tend to, more situationally aware than having things in my ears while I'm surrounded by strangers.
No, I mean, you gotta have something to pass the time when operations and whatnot.
True. 9485.
Does that seem to be a number pattern that we would know, that we would recognize, like an address or a place?
You can make
or
an intelligence roll. Anyone who's thinking about it could.
90. I don't recognize the pattern.
No, not ringing a bell. Anyone else?
Fail by 6.
Perhaps
40
a
is
code.
Oh,
I got-
Planville?
I got a pass. 40.
Yeah, me too. Was
The number it's Spilsbury number 9485.
it's like a telephone exchange number, but there's no.
Most likely a case number.
Case number. Okay.
Which could be a medical case number.
Medical or a forensic.
or criminal. I'm going to see if this cave trunk company is still in existence.
Okay. You like pull out your phone.
Yeah.
You notice something strange. The phone signal, it's roller coastering. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, no signal. 4 bar, 3 bar, 2 bar, no signal. 4 bar, 1 signal. Like 1 bar. Sorry. Yeah. It keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down.
I'm getting some possible interference. Anybody got a signal?
Try putting it closer to the box. Does it get worse?
No worse, no less. Just the same.
I'll pull my phone out. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Odd. We shouldn't be having any issue in this part of the city.
No, you're not underground or anything. So
Yeah, that's something. It might not be in the trunk, but there might be something else down here. The trunk isn't going to escape by itself. Tarp.
I'm wondering the oddness of, he was told if ever a trunk was put here to call us. That's very odd. It's an odd statement.
Right, do they mean if any unintended luggages, like unintended trunks, get left behind to call us, or was this a specific, like they were expecting it?
Seemed like he was saying it was expected.
Yeah.
Isn't that the impression that you got?
Yeah, because he said, right here, I wrote down, he said exactly as you said, whenever we got a trunk left unattended, which is very specific, given the wording.
And I should imagine that throughout the tube system, a difficult to count number of trunks and parcels must be left on a daily basis. I remember seeing a tour of a train station lost and found, and there were artificial limbs and any number of things you wouldn't think somebody could leave behind that get left behind when millions of people commute through a system this size. Or from the number.
So Percival, you being the intelligence analyst that you are, you have a signal booster for your phone. And so you managed to catch a signal. And Googling Bernard Spilsbury that pulls up that information, the person that he was. You also find that there is a group at, I'm hoping I say this right, Magdalen College, that is they call themselves the Spilsburys, and they dedicate themselves to the study of forensic science, and they've named themselves after him. That's like base level Google is what that comes out to.
But is Magdalen in London, or is it it's one? I can't remember. It's Cambridge or Oxford.
It's not in London for sure. It's
definitely Oxbridge. I don't
Oxford.
remember.
Thank you.
It's one of those two. Yeah.
Well, I think the most important thing at this point is to get this out of here.
Okay. So yes, PC Decker comes back. He's got, a blue, he's got a black tarp. I was able to find something for you.
Well, thank you so much.
Excellent
So-
work, Ducker.
We'll put the tarp down on the dolly.
Sure.
Pick the box up, put it on, wrap it up.
Yep. Where are you headed?
Do any of us have a large enough vehicle to transport this? We should be taking it to the nearest fish box,
Who has cars in London?
which is the
Can't drive
Pisces
them.
version of a green box.
So cars in London, it's just like a standstill. It's like the world's worst screensaver. The traffic doesn't move in this city.
Well,
I came by too. We'll have to. If you start trundling this toward an exit, I'll see if my phone signal improves and I can arrange a rental.
As you start you're pushing the trunk itself, or are you just headed for an exit yourself?
I'm sort of encouraging Meliant and Landville to start with walking with it, so it's farther from me.
So you start heading toward the exit. You pass that group of people at the police box. You do notice that there is these signs all over the place, plastered on the walls, on the floor.
Okay.
Very
Interesting.
quaint looking.
just before we go, I would like to ask the friendly, what did you mean by if this appears here? Who told you this?
It's part of our training. Everyone knows, all the PCs know, if there's any reports of a steamer trunk, there's a number we call.
And that's everybody in the whole facility, all of your training?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right, that's good enough. That's very strange. Has it ever happened before?
I heard rumors that like a couple decades ago, maybe in the 80s or something, but obviously not, because here we are standing with it now, right?
And it's always going to appear here? Is that where you were always told it would appear?
It was at a different station last. I don't remember what station it was, but it wasn't at this one.
All right. And just before, as we're wrapping it up and getting ready to we're taking it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to touch the walls
Okay.
and just see if there's like a gate that this got shoved through. If it just suddenly appeared here.
Okay. So
I'm like-
you've got your little elder sign medallion.
Yeah, I'll use that. I'll put my hand on it and say,
Yeah.
yeah, see if I can see anything.
So yes, you close your eyes, you're rubbing this medallion, you're muttering the words. All of you have seen Meliant do some finagling before. This isn't the first time. And
Harmless finagling.
yes, harmless, sure. You open your eyes and the trunk sits in front of you, and it is like a giant beacon, like a tall, towering light beacon coming straight from it.
I mean, there's like a shaft of energy or light coming
Yes.
down.
Yes.
All right, we've got to move this. I'll explain to you when we're alone.
Okay. So you got your trunk on the trolley. You go to push it out the door, and you arrive on the opposite side of the station, coming right into the door. Picture Pac-Man. You come out one side, and it's like you've wrapped around to the other. You can all make sanity rolls.
Yeah, I was about to ask. That's an 80 is a fail.
Just one if you fail. And nothing if you
27 is
succeed.
good.
I passed, so none.
Nothing. Yeah. One if you fail, nothing if you succeed. I would like you all to make alertness rolls.
22 is an extreme
Yeah, it's a crit.
Except it's an extreme fail because I've only got 20 and
No, it's a crit. It's a fumble.
I mean, my 06 is just a regular pass in this game.
Okay.
39 is good.
can't believe I
First
got
of all,
22 and it's a
Bertrand.
critical fail.
And
Bertrand.
my
I
92
failed.
is really no worse than your 22. So
Lanville and Percival. You're taking in the station, and there have been all of these commuters passing you by. You do notice the commuters have the same problem that you have. They just don't seem to notice it's a problem. Where you see them exiting, and then you see them coming right out behind you, and they just keep walking like this was what they were projected to do all along. But there are two people that seem to have been watching you all very intently. Two men in their 40s, dressed in like suits, and they're trying very hard to appear non-discreet or discreet, and they're not doing a good job of it anymore.
Hey, Bertrand.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. There's two men in suits. Don't look. They're watching us. Nobody can leave the station either, but those two men are watching us specifically.
Ah, so it wasn't just a weird feeling on the back of my neck.
are there... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, so well, I don't know what to do, what.
Are there train indicators saying, next train to Paddington, 4 minutes, that sort of thing?
Yeah, yes. There are.
Are there trains coming in and out?
There are not. There hasn't been a train that has arrived or left the station since you got here.
That's weird.
That
How
is
about-
very weird.
Yeah, so
How about Police Constable Decker? Did he successfully go somewhere else?
You can just see him kind of wandering the platform. He hasn't
Uh-huh.
noticed that you guys are still here.
Is
I
it a loop?
don't know, but is there a janitor closet or something?
Oh yes, you can see a couple of maintenance. You guys
Oh.
have maps. You were sent a map of the station. when
Okay,
you,
so
were
we should
given
take
your
it
email.
into a closet and open it up in there.
You
if we
want
can
to open
even
it?
go into a closet, we'll find out.
I said you want to open it.
Yes, I want to know what's in here.
All right. So what I saw was there seems to be some uncreated light shining down from above onto that crate, that trunk. It doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere, but it's shining down on it.
Well, that's some
I
insight
mean-
from an esoteric angle. But the stains on the trunk indicate that there might be something learned on a more biological level, and that's what I want to look at.
You said there were a couple of people that have been watching
There's
this.
two men.
I'm now starting to question whether this is even the train station. Because I'm seeing people going outdoors and coming back in them across the way as if this were some sort of engineered optical illusion that they're not generating new people. There's no new people coming in. There's no trains coming in.
Right. It's all very strange, but I mean, are you suggesting that we're under some kind of hallucination?
Or a projection of some sort all around us.
But I still want to look at what's in the box.
Because they want us to open the box. Well, I'm sure that there's a storeroom somewhere right here where we could go in and be private.
Yes, well, there's some utility closets. Go ahead, Tristan.
To the best of my recollection, did I come here by train?
You all came from the underground, which is like downstairs, like the sublevel of the train station.
Right.
Quite a
Right.
few tube lines that connect here as well. So you've
So-
got a lot
so-
of options.
Right. The tube lines are operational. It's just the commuter rail lines that have gotten gummed up. When one of the indicators, are they clicking down, or are they just all stuck? This is 3 minutes and it doesn't change, or next train in 9 minutes and it stays that way?
It's stopped. Like the indicators, they say exactly the same.
I'm wondering if we're in a temporal loop as well as a physical one.
Well, so if they have stopped, then it's not a loop. Otherwise, you'd see them count down and then jump back up again, count down, jump back up again. But we're definitely being corralled. Let's go ahead and do what Agent Lonval says.
Yeah, I want to open the box, but if Bertrand and maybe Percival, if you want to go find out what those two men are up to.
Okay. So one of the men, they've separated themselves. It's just both of you saw something, so you see both of them. One of them is reading a newspaper and has not turned the page in quite some time, and he's kind of hovering around platform 10. And the other one is near the police call box, and he's checking his phone, which you all know, like, you don't have a signal.
They're not working.
Yes. Okay, so the group of you find a utility closet. You shut yourselves in. It's empty at this hour. You're gonna go ahead and open the trunk.
Yep.
Is there a lock or a?
No, there is no lock on this trunk. It just opens up if you want to open it. Inside is the dismembered and liquefying remains of a naked woman. You can all make sanity rolls.
I'm so glad I'm not there for that.
Despite all my years of medical training.
Pass.
That's fair.
7 is a pass.
All right. Just one sanity loss if you pass. Whoever has done this has taken out all of the boxes and drawers and things that you would normally see in a steamer trunk, and it is just, she's been cut up and stuffed in there, and now you can see that someone has crudely drawn occult marks on her body, carved them into the knife.
Can we tell? A blonde, brunette, redhead.
She's a brunette.
Brunette. How old does she look? She's
Lanville, why
rotting.
don't you make Lanville, why don't you make a medicine roll? See what you can do.
93.
You think she's young. She's young. She's 30s, early 30s. You can see that there is a definitive knife wound, like where her heart would be. And it looks to you like the rest of the occultic marks probably were done post-mortem.
Okay.
Percival and Bertrand, what is your strategy to deal with the two men that seem to be very intent on your way? As you did notice, as the group went to the utility room, they started moving in a little bit closer to the action of it all.
I'm all for full frontal assault in a verbal sense.
I like that idea.
You said the one on the left, I'll take the one on the right.
All right.
Okay. So we'll go with Percival first. He's on his phone, trying to be on his phone, but as you get closer, he's like looking up at you, looking at the phone, looking up at you.
You're just gonna grin at him, but get like within his right up in his face.
Right. Whoa, buddy. And his accent is very American. Hey, bud, you want to back up there?
Well, stop using your eyes to burn through us. What do you want?
I'm just trying to catch a train to work. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Well, you're going to be waiting a while. The trains aren't moving. What do you want?
And you can see he's looking for his friend, looking at you, and he goes, "Look, listen. You got the trunk in that thing. It's got to go. It needs to be destroyed. I know how you people operate. Me and you, okay? Me and you. You don't have to let your friends know. that thing needs to be absolutely destroyed. And he like flashes his jacket and you can see the hint of like a pipe bomb. He's like, we can do it. That thing it's gotta go. Every time it shows up, chaos, massacres, it's gotta be destroyed.
You better prove what you're saying if you're carrying around hardware like that.
Listen. I can prove it. I can prove it. And you can.
Then do
he's
so.
like shuffling. He's shuffling through. He's got his phone up. He's pulling up some documents. We'll go to Bertrand. Bertrand, what is your approach to the guy poorly reading a newspaper?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to him, kind of cough a little bit, and go, "Hey, buddy, the '60s called. They want their tradecraft back. A newspaper is a lot weirder nowadays. Just sitting there, full splayed out. Can we help you with something?"
Like, fuck you, man. Leave me alone. And he kind of turns his back to you, but you can still see him still trying to like look at you out of the corner of your eye, out of his eyes.
I mean, hey, we're right here if you want to talk to us. Try to help you out with something if you need. So otherwise, what are you doing here?
You see him looking at the other guy now, and he's nervous because you see Percival up in this guy's face, and he's nervous. Eyes are darting back and forth. It's the trunk. It's got to go. I'm telling you, it's got to go. I know all of you bug brains are obsessed with holding on to this shit. It's got to go.
And why do you think that?
Because every time it shows up, every time people die. Our guys have died. Your guys have died.
Oh God. All right. How do you know this? What do you think?
Obviously, we're better at communicating than you guys are. You don't know this. All right, back to Percival. So he's got some stuff pulled up on his phone. And he says that fucking trunk has been the bane of all of our existences since the fucking 30s. Look, I can show you.
Come on, go pass it over.
Okay, so he pulls up initially an article from the 40s.
34 Dying Blitz, London Herald from Tuesday, November the 19th, 1940. 34 souls lost their lives Sunday morning while taking cover in Liverpool Street train station. The aftermath was devastating, and the train station will be closed for reconstruction until further notice. Witnesses reported strange noises and lights just before the incident. Police are investigating, and a new Nazi weapon is suspected to be the cause. Can't remember if that was around the time of the Blitz or not. So, citizens are urged to report any unusual sightings immediately.
So every time this fucking thing shows up, people end up dying, and then your government ends up having to cover it up, and we gotta put a stop to it. And he shoves you, or he goes to shove you aside anyway, and he's heading for the utility closet. And Bertrand, the other one that you were standing in front of, is now like they're both just storming straight for the utility closet. The three of you in the utility closet. You're not aware of any of this. So what are you doing?
Is there anything about the trunk itself that looks like it's got magical symbols or?
So are you going to move the body out of the trunk?
I mean, a little, I'm not out of the trunk, but around. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're kind of moving her parts around.
Right.
You do see an alchemical diagram at the bottom of the trunk underneath her.
See, there's this diagram down here. Why is there a body? Does it look like she was possibly sacrificed?
So looking at the knife wound, does it look pretty clean? Like she wasn't struggling, or
It definitely looks like there was a struggle. The more you look at her, you see like defense wounds on her arm.
Are there ligature marks around her wrists for where she was tied?
No, it looks like there was a total fight. Like she has defense
tied.
marks. Yeah.
There's no clothing at all, right?
No, correct.
No,
She's
no,
naked.
no rings or earrings.
Nope.
Are her nails
Jewelry.
painted?
Chipped but painted. Yes.
So she overall looks recently murdered then.
Yes. She is. Yeah. Her remains are decomposing as you're standing over her.
But like to what? Like I'm trying to think like how long has she been in this trunk? Is that a biology roll? Is that a
forensic? Well, like forensics. Yeah.
Okay, I can roll forensics.
No jewelry whatsoever.
No, 27 is not good.
By all accounts, this is pretty recent.
Yeah. But it could be something that if there's a time element involved, it could have happened any time. How about her hair? Is it styled or is it just long and straight? Or
there is a certain style to it that you would attribute, especially like Tristan, you're our historian, a very 30s era style to her hair.
Yeah, that's a good indicator right there.
Right. And this, her chipped nails, this is a pretty like primitive cosmetic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she might.
Do you have any other makeup on her face or?
No, not really. She's pretty barefaced.
She's young enough to where she doesn't need makeup. So
you do. I will share the alchemical diagram with you. You kind of move her around a little bit. You shuffle her aside, and you kind of get. There's a lot of frantic writing on it.
can I
find this last? Is that?
Can I use an occult?
Yes.
Roll?
Anyone who's looking at it can make an occult roll.
I'm trying to read the smeared writing. You would have done this to me.
So I do it to you first. So I did it to you first.
Okay, so you're making you make an occult roll. Did you pass? I guess that's the question.
I got a 66 out of 70. So yeah,
That's great. Excellent. Okay, the intent of this was to seal a spirit in the trunk. And as you all are discussing this, now someone is banging on the door. Bang, 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 bang.
The deuce.
If they're heading over to the to that room, my immediate thought is looking around us, train station police.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have Decker. You see another more senior looking gentleman as well. Yeah.
In which case, my ID comes up and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, pointing at the guy with the bomb. He's got a pipe bomb. And
so that is what the three of you hear now. Yeah. Bomb! And of course, now you hear screaming because there's a panic and people are running.
Panic's good.
Yeah, the police are like converging on the two gentlemen. What are the three of you in the utility?
I think I'm staying in this room. I don't know what to do.
We might want to close the trunk, get it back under its shroud, in case we have company that.
See, I'm going to brace myself against the door to keep them from kicking it in.
So Percival, Bertrand, you're taking in all of the chaos. And then you realize across from platform 9, there's a little restaurant and there's a glowing blue light that is now spreading and filling the space, radiating out. And you see almost like a seam kind of unzippering in the air and parting. And these creatures start floating out And now the panic is really ratcheting up. The two American gentlemen are, I told you this was going to happen. And they're like wrestling with the police who have now tackled them. And there is a lot of chaos now.
And people are running out and they're just coming back in.
Right, coming right back in. Yep. These creatures. Go ahead.
Put as much distance between me and the light as possible.
Okay. Yes. So you're running. Bertrand, what are you doing?
I guess I'm probably gonna get with Percival, since I assume the others are still together, and then probably get my my asp, my cane out in case I need to whap these creatures if they come toward us. I mean, I'm
Yes.
at this point I'm worried that this is be Bugs 2.0.
You did see when one of the police officers tackled the guy to the ground, a pistol kind of skittered from him, which you could grab if you wanted to.
Sure, I'll grab it as well.
You see these large, the best way I could describe them is extremely large jellyfish. They have long, graceful tentacles. They float through the air languidly. They pass through things. You see one pass through the one train that's been sitting on the track since you got here. And they're blue and ethereal, and they're almost beautiful as you watch them. And then you see them pick up, or one of them pick up a civilian in its tentacle and grab it in two hands and just rip it. One half, second half. And then an enormous maw opens up onto the bell shape of the jellyfish. And you see rows and rows of teeth as it shoves this person in its gaping mouth. And suddenly the large intestines dangling among all of the other tentacles doesn't make it seem as enchanting anymore. The two of you can make sanity rolls. The three in the utility closet. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
We've shut the trunk.
Yes, you shut the trunk. You hear chaos. Even more so, you hear.
And I'm holding the door closed. Is anybody still trying to bang on the door and get in?
No one's banging on the door anymore.
Until we hear one of our people, I ain't gonna open the door.
Okay. Well, then we will go to the top of the round. These entities are slowly drifting around the train station. There are about 5 of them now that have poured out of this portal, but you see more coming through. First in the round is Percival. What do you want to do?
I failed my sand by 3.
Okay. So sanity loss for viewing these is a D6. Bertrand, how did you do?
I just barely passed. I got a 63 and a 65. Yep. Okay, so cool. And I'm gonna go to 64.
4.
4. Okay.
I do have unnatural. Do these seem familiar in any way, shape, or form?
What is your unnatural score?
10.
Okay. The best that you can recollect, these are extraplanar, something from beyond.
Beyond with a big capital B.
With a big capital B, indeed. Make an unnatural roll. We'll see if you can gather anything about
41, so no.
Yeah. There are many of them, but you don't think they're necessarily very hardy, in this your knowledge of them. It's like they attack in large groups, but that is their show of force. So what do you want to do?
Again, kind of look in Bertrand's direction and say, well, I'm not sticking around anywhere near them. I think we just be on the move and keep the hell away from them.
I like that idea. Where's the closet in sort of a relation to us?
In relation to you?
From? Yeah,
not far, because there was
okay.
all of this activity was pretty close to the closet when it all started happening.
Because my hope is sort of on the way out to, if they haven't already come out, sort of be like, it's time to go.
All right, so the two of you are running, but you take a minute to pound on the door. Pow, 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 pow. It's time to go. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming
Okay.
you keep running.
That sounded like Bertrand. Let's open the door and take a peek out.
Yes.
Peek.
Yep.
And yeah, you see
Fan roll.
one sanity rolls for all. One particular one is closing in on the three of you.
97.
66. That is an extreme fail.
Oh boy. Take the full 6. Take the full 6, Lanville.
I would like to use willpower.
Okay, yes,
to-
you're gonna project.
Yep. So
Only
it's
took
what, it's
3.
1d4
Yes. And then you remove that amount from a bond.
and
Tristan,
from
how did
willpower.
you do?
Oh,
1.
I only
Okay.
lost 1.
All right. So you still have a bout of madness.
I did not
So
reduce it
your
enough.
choice. Sorry.
Yeah, I did not get reduced enough.
Okay. So flight, flee, fight, or submit. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm already in this closet,
Yes, you are.
so I think I'm just going to continue to cower in this closet.
All right. Yeah. So you kind of like hide under the desk of the janitor whose office is in here. All right. So Tristan, you have the first action. You have one of these creatures and it is closing in. You see another one behind him. They are closing in on your group. And Percival and Bertrand, you see it too. They have all started moving toward the utility closet.
I'm assuming they want the flapper. Let's let her have it. And I'm going to sort of grab the dolly and sort of shove it toward the space jellyfish while I
Okay.
move away from the space
That's not the
jellyfish.
mission.
And Medallion, what are you doing?
I also would like to do an unnatural roll to see if I know anything about these things. No, nothing.
Nothing more than what Percival knows. Okay, so let's see. Lanville, you are cowering.
Cowering.
Medallion, you didn't actually make a move to like back away.
yeah.
Make a dodge.
Okay. What is dodge? What is dodge?
It's a skill in its own right.
Okay. I got 14 out of 30, so regular dodge.
Okay. So one of them goes to grab you, but you
Okay.
duck out of it. It's actually surprisingly agile and quick tentacle.
I think also at the same time, I'm going to grab my elder sign and hold it up to see if they back away from it.
I see. All right. Tristan, not sorry, Tristan. Lanville, make a POW roll for me.
12 is a success.
Excellent. Okay. You brandish, Medallion, you're brandishing the elder sign. And they do start to back away a little bit.
Okay.
They do start to back away just a little
It's
bit.
just not enough. It's just a
Not enough.
little.
So Percival, Bertrand, you see they've all kind of converged on the utility closet. Are you, the two of you, running for it?
Yeah. If anything, I'm hoping the TARDIS might be real, and
So the trunk, was it thrown out fully, or?
Yeah, you kind of see it like they kind of pushed it out to the utility
Mhm.
clears on one of those dollies. So it's still there, like kind of in the middle of all of the extraplanar entities.
It's like under them and they're kind of hovering over it at this point, or?
Yes. You also see the two, we're going to call them what they are now, Delta Green agents, who have shrugged off the policemen and are now, one of them is shooting wildly at the jellyfish creatures while the other one is obviously patting himself down and looking for his gun.
bloody cowboys.
Yeah, just how many of these creatures are there, does it look like?
5.
I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna pull out the gun and I'm
All
gonna
right.
start shooting. I need to make sure that if anything, those wackos can't get the box. So
All right.
I'm gonna start shooting at them and hope that we can get this thing out of here. So
All right. You see the jellyfish kind of go toe to toe with the Delta Green agents. Lanville, make a dodge roll. Or Tristan, I'm sorry. I'm getting the two of you confused and I don't know why. Make a dodge roll.
Oh, 27, just there.
Nice. You guys are doing really well. All right. The swipe comes once more, but you managed to dodge it. Meliant, make a dodge roll.
Oh, make a dodge roll. I'm also yelling out, get behind me. Got a 3, so that's a good
Excellent.
dodge. It's a
Excellent.
regular dodge.
All
I
right.
hated getting really good rolls and then realizing they're just regular.
Percival Bertrand, you see one of the Delta Green agents go the exact same way as the original poor sod that you saw originally, just ripped in half, consumed completely. The pipe bomb clatters to the floor as he has failed in his mission. It is not, you don't get the impression that it's been ignited or anything like that. The chaos of people is growing as they enter one space, come out the other. People are fleeing through the underground, but then like coming back on the opposite end at the front end of the train station. You can feel this odd pressure in the air bearing down on you, making your ears pop as if you were on an airplane. And you arrive at the train station via the underground. You feel a strange sensation. You ascend the steps to the platforms. You hear a clock chiming the hour. It's 9 a.m. Busy commuters rush past you, and a group of young, goth-looking kids rudely push by. At platform 9, you see a young police constable, probably fresh from the academy, looking at his phone with a very bored expression. He's shifting from foot to foot as he stands next to a large steamer trunk. Behind him is a large steam engine instead of modern electric trains that we have now.
Where's the fucking groundhog? I'm going to kill that thing.
This is all of us the same?
It's
We
all
see
of you.
this?
You're all gathered back together.
So the only difference is that it's now a steam train.
The phone box is gone. You
Okay.
see different posters plastering the
Okay.
wall.
Was different posters. Okay.
Has our clothing altered?
Your clothing still looks pretty ragged the way it was before.
But it's 2016, our clothes.
Yes.
Instead of
Are all the commuters still dressed modern?
Normal.
or-
Everyone looks normal and they're bustling around as if nothing happened.
so it doesn't look like we've suddenly transported back in time as far as the way everybody is dressed.
Oh, but the TARDIS is
correct.
gone.
You look totally normal.
But now it's a steam train instead of
Steam train.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to open the box again. Everybody's, I guess, Percival, Bertrand, the box has the dismembered corpse of a young woman in it. She might have been murdered and put in the box
in the 30s.
80 years ago. There's an attempted binding word inscribed in the trunk, and she's also been scarified in a culty way.
Ah,
So that's what was in the trunk. Where did the jellyfish space things come from?
From the diner over there. Is the diner
Yeah.
still there?
Diner's totally normal. Still there.
yes, and our friends are Americans.
Oh yeah, let's
Oh.
find those goons.
Probably Delta Green then, wouldn't you think?
You
Well, they
say
seem
this,
stupid enough.
and you see Percival and Bertrand. You would know. You see the one that was ripped in half earlier. Now, like with a panicked and kind of insane look on his face, beelining for PC Decker and the steamer trunk.
Oh, I guess we need to head the idiots off.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running after him.
Why don't we try reasoning with them? Something very strange is going on. We don't seem to have traveled back in time, but that's a steam engine. Did we travel to an alternate reality?
Or stuff from other times is coming forward.
says, is there a news agent on the platform?
Yeah. Mhm.
What do the newspapers look like?
January 27th, 2016.
And there's not a picture of like a spaceship over the Sphinx or
No, no.
or a space colony on Mars. Yeah.
Saying it's aliens. When it's aliens.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go over to the steamer trunk. Yeah.
All right. The Delta Green agent is already there talking to the young police constable
Okay.
who's just all excited, like, "Oh, are you gonna? It's like, what's inside? What's inside?" And he's
Constable
like,
Decker, that tourist has nothing to do with this.
there's like bold confusion on his face. What?
And I'm going to sort of lead that agent away and say,
Okay.
I say, do you remember us?
No, I called the number. He had the. Are you all working together? He had the credential. What? But
You're Delta Green?
Oh, I think Medallion wanted to talk to the Americans.
I wanted to talk to the
I'm
American.
so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
to the young constable. Okay, so
No.
you're leading him away. Yeah, and he's like, "Get off of me, buddy. I have work I need to do here."
Yeah. Delta Green?
Yes.
Okay.
Like he obviously recognizes you too, and he's like,
Right.
I've had it with you and your little group. Okay, I have a job to
Wait.
do.
Okay.
It's our turn.
We know what you're up to, but we need to figure this out before you do anything rash.
And the constable's like looking at all of you, like, what's going on?
Got a bomb.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you say that,
Decker-
Percival?
Yeah.
And of course, a bomb. And then he says it just.
That's what started
and
the
of
whole
course,
thing a minute
heads
ago.
are whipping around now.
I'm
There's
like,
no like obvious panic, but people are now looking like,
professionalism, constable, professionalism.
he's got a bomb.
Something apparently he doesn't have much of.
Who do I call? I
You're the fucking authority. It's you.
I'll go get my sergeant. And now he's running off to the older
Okay.
gentleman that you had seen before.
So
And he's pointing.
Agent Green, I don't know what your name is. Agent
Dallas.
Green. Agent Dallas. Tell us what you know about this box. You've said that it's dangerous and that it shows up in places.
All I know is some weird shit happened in the 30s, and that box just keeps coming back like the fucking cat from that song. It comes, it causes havoc. You saw those things. You saw what that thing did to me. Jesus Christ.
Do you know what's inside the box?
I don't know. I rumor is it changes all the time. I don't know.
That's interesting because right now, at least a few minutes ago, there was the body of a young woman who had seemingly been ritualistically murdered and all scarred up.
This
But
is
we don't know.
So now the constable and his sergeant have now approached you. Gentlemen, is there a problem here? The young constable seems to think someone's got a bomb, and he's lower voice. That is not the kind of thing we shout in the train station, folks. What is going on?
I suggest you search this cowboy.
And the look of betrayal on his face, like, how could you?
Very easily, you've got a fucking bomb.
So like there's some scuffling where he's like, get off me, and they're not paying attention to you all anymore. You do see the other agent in the wings kind of watching it all happen, obviously not keen to get involved.
Trembling because I fear that opening the box will make the jellyfish things come back. But him saying that it changes, I want to take a peek.
I'm kind of wondering if we should take the girl's body out of the trunk.
But wasn't the girl's body? Well, I don't. Never mind.
While you guys debate this, I'm going to walk to the end of the platform and see if I can get out of the building. And if you see me over there in a minute, just wave hi.
Wave hello to Tristan.
I would like to.
Oh,
Do we bring it into the diner, and when the jellyfish things come, we throw it into wherever the hell they came from?
Well, I'm thinking if it's like, the traditional magical ritual, then the girl's body and the blood are what's activating it. So if we dump her body out, then maybe that'll stop the spell.
But I want to take a peek in the box. Make
All
sure
right.
it's still the
Magical
body.
thinking.
Okay. Are you headed to that utility closet again?
No, I want to act.
Just
I want to
open
go
it
to the
here.
diner, honestly.
Oh, the diner.
It's the diner, though, across the platforms.
It's
Yeah, but no trains are coming.
the platform, and then like a few
It's like
50 feet or so from the platform, there's a little restaurant, little cafe, which is where all of it came from. Okay, so you're heading to that space. There are people having breakfast.
dragging the
One of
trunk.
us. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
his appetite.
Trolley. You're just opening in front of God and everyone.
I'll just take it into the bathroom, and
Around a corner.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Even looking at it, it looks a little bit different. The first iteration of it, there were all of these travel stickers indicating that whoever had taken it across Europe on the Orient Express, most likely. Now it is missing most of those stickers. The staining is still there. It still says Spilsbury on it, but it just looks a little bit different. Not as banged up either.
Is it still number 9485?
Yes, still says number 9485.
If it had gone up or down a number.
You open the trunk and there is no body inside anymore. It does look
Is
like
there
a
any-
standard trunk.
Is there any
it's got-
blood?
Yes, the dry blood is still there, but there is no body anymore.
is
you
the
see-
inscription still in it?
Yes, the diagram is still there. You see letters and notes. You see a bit of leather kind of like wrapped up, and you can see some writing maybe on it as well, but it's kind of wrapped up into a scroll.
No.
An arm, not a human arm, but like the arm of a statue. And coins from the 1920s era, and a revolver hidden in the hat box.
What's
I'm
the
going
little
to-
other scroll say?
Okay, so you open up the
That's-
scroll.
Medallion
And-
wanted to do something before.
I was just going to say, I'm going to pull out my little journal and do a rough sketch of the diagram on the bottom of the.
Sure.
I had a question about that when we speak about. I'm going to take out my little notebook, my detective notebook. Do I have the notes from when we were here before, or is
You
it
still do.
empty?
No, you still have your
Okay. Thank you. Noted.
So the scroll is an old form of Arabic and Turkish. Like there's a
Hey,
combination.
Tristan.
Two of you have some skill in Arabic. Your two heads together, you'll be able to, with your level of skill, get the gist of it all, because some of it is in Turkish, which neither of you have. But I would like you to both roll, because I would like to know if you failed.
50 is dead on my skill.
Nice.
I failed. 58.
Okay. The two of you put your heads together, and the scroll itself it's awful, honestly. It talks about vice, depravity, sacrifice, skinning corpses. It mentions a cult out of Turkey that worships something, the skinless one, and the obsession with skinning. And there are very detailed instructions on how to skin a person. And you both learn the skill art, skin human, but you get 2 points in it. You spend it's a very detailed description on how to do this. Tristan, you are holding the scroll and you have this horrifying realization that it's leather. It's not animal leather that's been
not
written
cow
on all of
leather.
this.
It's skin.
Yes. So the two of you can make sanity rolls.
That's also a failure.
Just a D4 on a failure.
The D4
1 on a success.
Was that me
Alright.
as well? Just checking.
Oh, just another
I think it
one.
was the people who could understand Turkish.
Okay,
Arabic.
which I passed my sand, but I still lose the one.
What era would you put this at, Percival? Is this late medieval? Is it? Yeah.
That's good. Can we try and date it from its
The
condition and style?
I'm sorry, the scroll itself.
Yeah.
Yes, it's old. It's very, very old. 500 AD or so, maybe.
It's in remarkably good condition, and if we can read it.
It actually is.
It belongs in a very private room of a museum somewhere, but frankly, I just want to wash my hands.
We are in a bathroom.
You are.
This arm that's in here, that is a statue?
Yeah,
Arm?
so it's the left arm of a statue.
Is it
You hold it
heavy?
up. So you think it's probably ceramic, best guess. But it does change color. You hold it a certain way and it takes on a different hue. You hold it one way and it looks greenish. You hold it a different way, it looks kind of dark brownish.
So, what the fuck, guys? This
What?
this
I'm
trunk.
gonna dry my hands and I'm gonna peek out of the bathroom door at the restaurant and see whether there's been a blue incursion yet.
No, not yet.
I'm also
Right.
curious if you put everything back in the trunk and we close the trunk and then open it again, if it's the same stuff.
Want to try it?
It seems like the least harmful thing we could try. If it's a bunch of bunny rabbits, I'm leaving.
So you're just so I understand, you're closing up the trunk and what are you doing with it?
Tap it 3 times.
We're gonna put all the stuff
Yeah.
back in and then close it. Yeah.
Okay. It just seems to exist. The less explosive, that's a poor choice of words. Well, we're gonna go with it now. The less explosive Delta Green agent. He opens the door slightly and he says, "Listen, I know my partner he's a lot, but this has got to get taken care of."
Come inside.
Just come in for fuck's sake if you're gonna stand there.
What do you think we're trying to do?
Yeah, but I know how you all operate. You're going to take it, you're going to package it up, and you're going to put it in a warehouse somewhere, and it needs to be destroyed.
Sometimes the
Because we're gonna have top
safest
men look at it.
sometimes the safest thing is to put it in a warehouse where nobody can get to it, as opposed to blowing something up that might cause a rift in the universe. This thing seems to have a lot of weird properties to it.
You think if you put it in a warehouse somewhere, it's not going to just end up disappearing again like it has been doing for years?
Do you think it's possible to destroy it?
I don't know, but we've got to try, right? We've got to try.
How did you know it was here? Have you guys been tracking it from the States?
me and Dallas, we've been here, and now he gets a really shifty look. He's like, we had another mission, okay? But
what's your name?
Denton. But we have contacts that tell us when that thing comes around too.
You're Delta Green spies.
Fucking work for Delta Green, whatever. You know, fuck them.
But
You and
this
all
is-
your fun little letter names. Very
You
creative.
Americans think that you can just come into other people's countries and do things.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of
more of your American exceptionalism bullshit.
pot calling the kettle black there. I mean, come
I was
on.
gonna say they did kind of steal our thing, but
The English just brought civilization to all the peoples of the world.
civilization.
How many places are named after Queen Victoria? Pop quiz. That were not originally named after Queen Victoria, but were renamed to be after Queen Victoria.
So, Denny, has anybody else tried to put a bomb in this thing, or is this your guys' first go?
No, this is. We've been trying to get our hands on it. I think you guys have been trying to get your hands on it too since the 30s, and it keeps coming and disappearing. People have tried to take it. Spilsbury himself put it away somewhere, and then it just fucking disappeared.
Yeah, this happened in
Spilsbury.
the 80s.
How do you know what Spilsbury was up to?
The name is on the trunk.
Right.
But that doesn't.
But
But that doesn't mean the man himself.
oh, he was look. The you said there was a broad in the trunk, right? The first
There
time.
There
was.
was.
Yeah. The first time Spilsbury did get involved because there was a murder and he solved the murder or whatever he did, and they put it in evidence and then it was gone.
Okay, well,
I'm going to
then
open
he
up the
doesn't-
trunk again. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The trunk is exactly what you guys had already had.
Yeah.
Landville, what were you saying?
The murder. What was the murder? The details of the case. You apparently have researched this.
Yeah,
Not well,
it was,
apparently.
Yeah, it was this woman and her partner. I don't know. They rode the rails to the Orient Express. I don't know what they were doing. They both went crazy. He stabbed her to death, shoved her in the trunk, and left her on a platform. And that's how Spilsbury got involved with the whole damn thing.
Left on a platform where?
Somewhere here in London. I don't know. Sometimes it shows up here at Liverpool. Sometimes it shows up in other platforms. It's always around the London area.
You know, the last time this showed up was in the 80s, right? What happened then?
Yeah, slaughter. We didn't get to it in time. You guys didn't get to it in time. I think there were some interviews with some witnesses or something afterward, but a ton of people.
Well, I don't think we got to it in time. And now we're here and nothing makes any sense anymore.
Like, I don't know. We got to figure something out. I don't know.
It would seem that when it appears, at least from our experience, that we can get into the train station, but we can't get back out again.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck if I know.
What
Well,
if-
maybe if you
Also-
climb into the trunk.
I'm not getting in the fucking trunk.
Also, did you notice that it's now a steam train and not a diesel?
Yeah, I don't. Something's going on. I don't know. Something is seriously going on. With
Yeah, no
that,
shit.
go ahead, Tristan. Go ahead. You're saying something.
I was going to ask how many times they'd seen the jellyfish.
Just the one. When Dallas.
So
got
you've
torn
only
up.
gone through one loop as
Yeah.
well.
And it would seem that we're the only ones who remember the loop. Nobody in this train station seems to remember it. The constable didn't remember.
No, we didn't.
It's just us.
Can we actually damage the trunk? If that makes sense. If we take if somebody has a
Pocket
pen knife or
knife.
something and we just
Mhm.
carve something
Like,
into it ourselves.
Carve into it. Yeah, you can actually carve.
Seems like a regular
into it.
trunk.
Yeah, seems like a regular trunk.
Okay, well, I'll carve the number 2 into it.
Okay. Spilsbury number 94852.
Maybe not on
Here's
the
a-
number sequence, but
I know what you mean.
I'm starting to think what I just said is suddenly, if nobody in the station is affected, I mean, they don't realize anything's changed, except that all of us do, us and the Delta Green agents. What if this is not what we think it is? What if this is a trap? And it's trapped us here. And it's something else. It's not the magic trunk or somebody's screwing with us. What enemies do you have, Delta Green?
You?
Well, I mean, we're sort of enemies, but we're not. We have a difference of opinion. But don't you have the Majestic 12? Aren't they
I mean, they've
dangerous
been around a
rivals
while.
of yours?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been around in a while. You're kind of hashing this out when you start to hear panicked screaming
Uh-oh.
of
So
civilians coming out.
here's an idea. Let's just go. You said something about the world zippering open and the jellyfish
Yes.
came.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do we just want to throw this trunk?
Just
Into
push it up there and
jellyfish
open it
lands?
up and see if they go in.
Okay, so you're going to come out of the bathroom with the
Yep.
trunk on the trolley and try to push it through the gate.
Yes.
All right. When you all come out of the bathroom, I would like for each of you to make dodge rolls.
That's
Dodge, did you
They're
say?
attracted to this stupid
Oh,
box. 70 is a fail.
Oh,
74.
Meliant
no.
Fail.
and Bertrand.
Just barely a pass.
Okay.
It's up
Bertrand,
to
you
you,
duck out of the
Bertrand.
way. Percival and Lanville, you actually, like, the tentacles kind of swat the air at you, but it is ineffective. But Meliant and Tristan, you have been grabbed. You are raised up in the air with the tentacle and those giant mouths.
I'm going
Go
to
ahead.
try and touch the tentacle with my elders.
That's good. Yes, you do that, and it drops you from a pretty, a decent height. Take a point of damage. Tristan,
I'm just
that
gonna.
large gaping maw opens up and takes a chunk out of your shoulder.
Why can it
Hey,
pass through
9
trains?
points of damage
Oh,
as it just sinks into your skin.
all right.
Well, I think a little more than his skin with 9 points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Percival, you're up.
Yeah, Mike, with the getting the trunk into somewhere else.
All right. Yeah. So you're moving it toward the
The hole in
portal.
space.
Sorry, I just had a moment. Portal. Yeah. Bertrand, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna pull out my collapsible baton and just try to defend them as they push it in.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So,
So
you're taking
keep them
some.
off-
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make some. Make a.
Yeah, I can make my roll
Make an
for the
attack
round.
roll,
So
yeah.
they'll have to oppose my roll with melee or unarmed. Ooh, that's a 22.
Excellent. Okay. So you land a few blows.
Awesome.
Make a damage roll. Oh no,
Yes,
that's
that
max
is-
damage. No, it's double damage.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Double damage.
So, and I think with a club be it. Do you have the table in front of you? What's a club? D6, D4. I think it's a
Oh,
D6.
Club is a D8 plus damage points. Damage
Oh, well, but
bonus.
in
I don't know what it is.
yeah, because
I
I
have
know
it. D6. It's a D6.
that's what I thought. Thank you very
Looking
much.
at it.
That's a 1. So I
All
think,
right.
yeah.
That's okay. Lanville,
2
what are you
damage.
doing?
So I'm helping Percival push this damn thing.
All right. So the two of you are pushing together. Yeah, Tristan. Tristan, make an unarmed attack.
At least
Well,
40.
he's very much unarmed at the minute. One arm's gone.
What was that? Sorry, you're muted.
64.
Okay. It's another 6 points of damage. Are you
Oh.
at 0?
That would put me at -3.
Okay. So you all witness as Tristan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They-
No, I have 3 left.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Wait, I lost. No, I'm sorry. I lost 9 and then right. So yes,
Yeah, I was
negative
saying.
3.
Okay.
Think you are
the,
dead.
the creature lifts Tristan up into the air and just bites his head off and rips it from his shoulders. Percival, Bertrand, or Blandville, you push the trolley through the gate, and you arrive at the station via the underground.
Oh,
You ascend the steps to the platform. You hear a clock chiming the hour. It's 9 a.m. Busy commuters rush past you as a group of young, goth-looking kids rudely push by. At platform 9, you see a baby in a police constable's uniform, gumming a phone. You see a woman walking by. You vaguely remember she had like a toddler in tow, but now it's still the size of a toddler, but a wrinkled, shriveled old man who looks like he is approaching 100. Behind the child constable now is a monstrosity kind of combination steam train, electric train mashup. And all around the station are posters that start as like an election poster for Churchill, but end talking about Tony Blair. And a giant CRT television is mounted on the wall next to a gaslight lamp, and the Smiths are singing their 1987 hit about Panic on the Streets of London, blaring through the speakers. What do you all want to do?
Is there a trunk?
There is a trunk next to the baby police constable.
And
do we
I'm
see
present.
Tristan, you're perfectly fine.
Sanity roll.
You're yes.
Or have I
sanity roll.
experienced death?
Yes. Your
Do we see
head
the
is
DJ
fine, back on
agents?
plate. You have full health back. What was that, Milliant?
do we see the DJ agents?
Yes, you do, and they are as shell shocked as some of you look.
Okay. I just
How'd you do,
waved to
Tristan?
them.
I've failed my sanity by the 2 sanity points that I have lost so far.
Okay. Take D4 sanity. You come to grips with the fact that you just died and now you are here once again.
I'm pretty sure when
Okay,
yeah.
going up to the trunk.
It's brand new. It still says Spilsbury on it. It still has that weird staining at the bottom. But
Is there a
looks like
number on it?
brand new trunk. Yes, number 9485. 2 is carved somewhere else on the trunk.
Is the 2 there still?
Yes, it is.
Huh.
Not quite, Brendan.
I'm thinking we go with your idea, like Lamble, and we try and ride this thing out of here. But we're gonna have to do it one at a time.
The DG agents come up to you now and they're like, look, enough of all of this bullshit. You realize we have got to do something about this, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm thinking about hopping inside and getting out of here.
Just blow this thing up.
And what's to say we don't come back? It doesn't come back again.
Gotta try, right?
Well, we could try that before Agent Lanval tries. We could drag the thing over by the diner, put the bomb in it when the thing rips open, and shove it through.
And
Okay.
Lamvel's proved that it does. Marks do at least carry through. Maybe a bomb would tear it apart.
What if we just scratched up the symbols all over the bottom of the trunk? Is that the spell that's causing it to happen?
Well, let's bring it by the diner and look inside, and then
Yeah,
go from there.
see what's there.
Okay. So you kind of wheel it over to the diner area. You open it up to look inside.
Yep.
Deja vu.
You find a lot of notes. There's no more revolver. There's no more arm. There's no more scroll. These all are notes from a man named Randolph Alexis, and they're all dated 1897. And he is advising his son named Edward concerning the principles of magic and gate travel. You see some alchemical ciphers. Anyone looking at it, I would like you to make an occult roll.
A 2 is a pass on occult.
I got a
Out of my
pass.
base 10.
Regular pass.
No good.
Okay. You can see the intent of this. It was designed to kind of open a gate from point A to point B, London to New York. And you can see where he got it all wrong. And instead of going from London to New York, he went from London to somewhere elsewhere. And you can see where now the error of his doing was. You think you might be able to, using his notes and your knowledge of the occult, close the gate that seems to keep opening up and allowing all of these things to come in.
Okay. Well, I'm going to gather up the papers, and
It's gonna, it'll take you a little bit of time to glean.
this
all that
might be the key here.
Well, let's transfer some of this onto other notepads or paper that we can take through loops with us in case we don't figure this out in time.
One thing we haven't tried yet is keeping something from the trunk outside the trunk to see if it goes through with us or if it vanishes from existence.
So just keep the notes.
Okay.
But I will copy some of them down, some of the important stuff. Oh, yes, he's made some serious mistakes here.
Write some stuff down on my arm.
Enjoy it while you have it. Since I don't really understand all of this mumbo jumbo, and I really have a very strong feeling about not being eaten again, I'm going to go to the farthest place I can that doesn't return me to where I started.
Place, yeah.
You're hiding yourself away. I understand that.
You know, if that's like, here's the diner, I can get over 2 platforms to number 11, sit behind a trash can and think about whether or not I experienced a tunnel of light.
All right.
Something that ate him.
Well, I think if you go hide behind the gas light and the old Model T.
Is anyone doing anything else while Medallion and I think Landville too is kind of like poring over all of these occultic writings? Okay. So you feel like you have a good grasp on what this is, the situation. It is going to take some time to cast, and your understanding is that while you do that, you are probably going to be very vulnerable. Like the act of casting is probably going to draw some of these creatures to you.
Right.
It is going to take, I would like you to make another occult roll, and that will kind of determine if it's, shorter or longer, kind of depending on how successful you are.
55.
Is that
That's
an
an extreme? Yeah.
Okay. So you are confident that you should be able to do this in a matter of minutes, quickly.
But I need you to keep those things distracted, or
How many people need to participate in the spell?
Medallion can probably do it alone. With
Okay.
his extreme success, yes, he could definitely do it alone. There is one thing though. Death is what started all of this in motion. Death is probably what is going to be needed to finish it.
you need a human sacrifice.
Well, there's the.
Alice
I
Denton.
hate to say it.
Americans.
There's the Americans. There's an awfully young constable.
I was going to say the only one the Americans would never consent, but the infant doesn't have to consent. I just
Taking life
don't.
from a baby.
I don't know if I can do it.
It's easy. Just snap it quick.
Mentally, I might be damaged, but if it's I mean, technically anybody in here is just in a loop, so maybe they're not even real. Oh boy.
Well,
Have your moral quandary later. I think you.
I'm not volunteering.
No.
Anybody else feel like volunteering?
Shouldn't be any of
volunteer the
us.
baby.
I know. I already said that, Percival. I think we're on the same page.
Do I have to do it by the diner or in the diner, or
No, you
can it be
do wherever.
anywhere?
Yes.
Into that closet.
All right. Yeah.
Barricade the door.
I have to go
and
where
then we
nobody's
set
going to
them
see
off,
what I'm
yeah.
doing. Otherwise, people will try to stop me. Does anybody have a knife?
We're in a diner. I'm sure we can pick up some silverware
I
from
think
one of the
Bertrand
Yeah.
has a knife as well.
I don't think I have a. Let me see.
Got a pocket
Percival's right. You can find a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody's eating steak in the diner,
Right.
as I go by, I'll lift their steak knife off the table and
Okay.
keep it.
Sure. Who is going to be your sacrifice?
It's going to be the constable.
Okay.
Rip.
Okay. I'm going to pick him up as if he were my kid.
Yeah. He's like
Oh God.
a 9-month-old little boy.
Somebody needs to keep people from coming into the closet. It's fine.
We got you.
So barricade the door.
It's going to take me a few minutes.
Okay.
Maybe we could use the pipe bomb to collapse the diner. All those things are coming through.
And do we have to wait until they start coming through to close the gate?
No, you just know that the ritual is going to attract them.
Okay.
Not the act
Right.
of closing the gate. Yeah.
Are there trolleys with luggage around
Yes.
here?
Oh yeah.
Start piling them up in front of the door after Meliant's gone in.
All right.
All right.
So, Meliant, are you going to use the soothing song?
Yes, so that the child doesn't feel anything.
Okay.
Okay.
What does that ritual look like for you when you perform it?
I do motions with my hands and I sing the ritual song, which goes like, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. And
Okay.
it doesn't take long, but
Make your casting roll. So your target number is 99 minus your current sanity.
99 minus what?
Current sanity.
Ah.
That's your target number. Yeah.
99 minus math. 99 minus 63. I got 31.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All
You
right.
made it. So little Jonathan Decker's big eyes are just following you in delight as you make cute little circles in the air and sing, and he coos as you horrifically sacrifice him.
Yeah. Well, now I've got to do the so whatever the gate spell is,
Mhm. Yes. So you're working the gate spell. Of course, all of you note that seam is opening once more, immediately attracted by the ritual that Meliant is performing, and they drift toward where you guys have the trunk, don't you? Or who has the trunk?
Huh?
Well, didn't he need the trunk to do the gate or no?
That's fair. Yes.
Yeah, I think he has it,
Yeah, he's gonna need it. Okay, so yeah, they are drifting toward Meliant with the trunk. The Delta Green agents are now like antsy. And he's like, just got the bomb. Let me just fucking throw it at him. Come on.
How about him?
Too late.
Oh yeah. So you see him like getting it ready, and he just chucks it at those giant jellyfish monsters, which now, of course, there's panic everywhere because a bomb has gone off. I'm assuming you all removed yourself enough away from the situation. You knew he was going to do it. There's jellyfish bits flying all over the train station platform, human bits flying all over the train station platform, a leg, an arm, a head. And of course, people are just running and screaming. More of these creatures are pouring through the portal, and the two Dallas and Denton are now shooting at them with intent. Percival.
Making sure that the Delta Green agents are between me and the fish. So.
I like it. I like it. Tristan. Or sorry, Bertrand.
Are there any jellyfish left?
Oh yeah, they're still coming through that little.
I will fire at them to hopefully delay them from getting to.
Okay,
the
make your
ritual.
shot. Make your shot.
All right. I missed. That's a 95 regular
All
miss.
right, Lanville. Tristan. I'm sorry, Tristan. I apologize.
I maximize the distance between the jellyfish erupting space and myself, so I'm
Yes.
going to stay here, and I'm kind of humming to myself and rocking back and forth.
No place like home.
Lanville.
No place like home.
Lanville.
Well, I don't have a weapon.
Mm-hmm. True.
But I think Percival's got the right idea.
Okay.
Keeping
Okay,
the,
putting
putting the
hiding
Delta
behind
Green,
the Delta
putting the
Green
Americans
agents.
between me and the jellyfish.
Fair enough. All right. The jellyfish sees Dallas and Denton. Bertrand, make a dodge roll as they go to seize you as well.
Ooh, 14.
All right. Yes, you duck, you dodge, you get out of the way. For the next round, does anyone want to do anything other than what they're? I'm assuming Bertrand, you're going to continue firing.
Do they have? Did the Americans drop their weapons when they were grabbed?
Yes, they did. They
Okay,
did
I
because
will
now
grab-
they're like wrestling with the jellyfish monsters.
I will grab their gun.
All right.
Roll or.
All right. So Bertrand, make your roll. Is anyone grabbing the second gun from the second agent?
I'm looking for another human shield, a main person to hide behind.
Shoot wild.
You're pushing civilians in their path as you run away. I love it.
If that horrible goth that bumped into me is still around, she's going in front of me.
Yes, the goth is still around. You throw her in the path of one of the jellyfish. Tristan, Glanville, make a firearms roll. You are close enough that I'll give you 20% because you had to get pretty close to them in order to pick it up.
Okay, I get an extra 20%.
Yes.
Okay, well, I had a base of 20, so all right.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. 66.
Yeah, the gun is now jammed. It's
it's-
jammed.
I was just expecting to click and
Yeah.
fired all the bullets. Damn them.
Bertrand, you made your roll? You didn't
I
get it?
failed again. Just
All right.
a regular failure. So I'm just firing wildly into the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
into the swarm.
Well, hopefully they don't
Well-
see me as a threat because I'm not doing shit.
Lanville and Bertrand, make dodge rolls.
Oh shit.
Nope, 52 is a fail.
Yep, I failed the 64 this time.
You are both grabbed. I'll let you make an unarmed combat before they take a chunk out of you. Make an unarmed combat.
Nope, I failed that too.
No.
Right.
45, so close.
Bertrand, take 10 damage. Lanville, take 7.
Ow.
Oh fuck.
That almost straight up killed me. I do not have a lot of hit points.
Yep, neither do I. It's-
You're both still hanging in there.
Yep.
All right. Tom or Meliant, make one last occult roll for me.
barely hanging in there.
There's no spinning luck, is there?
No.
Got a 72 out of 7.
At least it wasn't an extreme.
No.
I was like, no. Okay.
There are
So
other babies.
you need to make Tom Meliant. You need to make a dodge roll.
I need to make a dodge roll. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Is it breaking my concentration?
No,
or
it
my-
will. We'll say no. You're almost there. Well, I guess it'll depend on whether you dodge successfully or not.
I got a 13 out of 30.
I was about to say they rolled.
So I
100.
probably
You were just fine.
pull back and I hold up my elder sign.
All right. So you finish the invocation
Okay.
And it's like for a second, the air is just sucked out of the platform space. And then it is quiet. The jellyfish monsters are gone. Bertrand and Lanville, you are still bleeding heavily, but you're now on the ground. The area is still in a, like, it's, some of it's normal, some of it's not. Like electric lighting prevails. There is a modern train. You see some of the hints of what happened in the flyers. That little boy, old man is now still a little boy, old man that the woman was walking through the train station. But everything else seems to have returned to normal.
Is the bloody baby in front of me?
There is a dead baby in front of you. You hear an announcement. You're going to need to make a sanity roll for that as well. So there's an announcement announcing the next train, and one pulls into the station.
It got in. Run for the nearest exit.
So Percival's running.
You're leaving. Oh God.
I'm coming out of
how
this.
How was that sanity roll?
Oh, what? My sanity
Yeah.
roll.
Yes, you murdered a baby.
Yeah, I got 35 out of 63, so I'm okay.
I'm concerned. Take
However,
a D4. Take a D4. You killed a baby.
What did I lose as a result of casting that spell?
So the cast of that spell, you lose a D4 for the sacrifice. You
A
lose
D4
an
of
additional sanity. Apologies.
D4.
Mhm.
Okay, plus.
Plus you lose 2 for the spell itself.
Okay.
And a permanent reduction, not to your willpower points, but to your POW. It is reduced by 2. Not 2, but by -2, which adjusts your sanity. Also, it's a cascading effect. Percival,
Okay.
you get on a train, you run for the exit, you're gone. You're out on the London streets. The sun is shining in your face, and everything is normal.
999 ambulance.
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. You call an ambulance. You do hear sirens because a bomb went off in Liverpool Street Station. There are body parts everywhere.
I've been
So
wounded by the
start to-
bomb. The bomb.
Yeah, police swarm the scene. The 2 Delta Green agents are dead. And we'll wrap it up here. So there are some important things that we need to tie up on loose ends, though. There are CCTV cameras all over this place, and you've all been caught on camera doing some very strange things. So how would you like to resolve that?
Well, nobody saw me kill the baby, right?
No, you were in, you said you
Yeah.
kind of moved into.
But I am covered in blood.
I'm going to go into that janitorial closet, moving the luggage out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
and see if the trunk is still there.
It is.
Because that's our mission statement. Is
Yeah, we
to
can
get
take
the
that.
trunk back. And, Melian, we need to figure out the disposal of this material.
Is it empty, the box?
The box has the last content, so the notes.
It has
are
the
in
notes?
Alexis. Yeah.
Okay. I say you and I just carry the box out, and everything else in here will look like it was part of the bomb going off accident.
And how will you take care of the camera footage? What really happened?
I'm gonna be outside with my laptop,
Mhm.
see if I can hack into the system from outside and just accidentally push delete and hopefully wipe everything since 8
All
o'clock
right.
this morning.
I'll let you choose SIG-Int or computer science, whichever is the stronger skill for you.
They're both the same.
All right.
And 50 is good under 60 on
Excellent.
either of them. So
All right. So you feel confident that you've wiped all footage. How far are you going back? Your presence at the train station platform? What are you doing?
I'm saying that we arrived at 9, so I'm saying 8 o'clock onwards.
It's just gone. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's been erased from the footage.
But does it still look like there's certain things have been altered in our reality, like different?
Most everything's returned to normal. The setting, there's no more gas lights. The trains are modern trains. You do still see those weird posters, Churchill and Blair back and back, and you do see a woman is now sobbing on the platform holding a toddler-sized 94-year-old man in her arms, screaming about, my boy, what's happened to my boy?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
So, Melian, we'll just wrap up Police Constable Decker in my jacket, and we'll put him temporarily inside the trunk. We'll carry the trunk out. We'll find the appropriate.
Why should we worry about him?
Well, I don't think that the bombs on platform 8 are going to explain the knifed infant.
But nobody will know what it is. It'll just be a mystery that nobody will be able to solve.
Well, he has no identity. If the cameras have us the last people walking out of the supply closet and there's a dead baby in the supply closet, that doesn't seem great.
No,
I think Percival's got you covered.
Yeah,
right, but we don't know that.
Fair.
Well, yeah,
I'm extremely hesitant to put him in the box because what if that activates the spell?
Right, you just did the thing that made things kind of normal. Oh, and by the way, maybe it wasn't a little faster as far as Lanval and Bertrand are concerned, because
Lanval looks like shit.
they're doing poorly. They got,
Well,
that's my story. Is I saw them with the bomb, tried to intervene, and it's got blasted to bits.
But if there's should be ambulances on the way then.
Oh yeah, there's all kind of sirens. You can hear them, and now EMS and police are swarming the station.
I defer to your expertise in terms of having just done the magic about putting the dead person inside the box, but
I'm just afraid that it would be far worse if we get caught carrying him halfway. If we get caught halfway out the building with the dead baby.
Them investigating this weird body that shouldn't exist, or should we just get rid of it?
How will they ever find out anything? They'll just
no. But I don't think it's very good for us to just let a baby that doesn't make sense get investigated. Like, it doesn't matter if they won't find out. It's like, why does they're going to start asking questions about this baby and why?
Well, authorities often take dead babies rather seriously.
That's what I'm saying.
What if we wrapped it in the tarp and stuffed it in a garbage can?
I mean, it's a crime scene. They might even look inside garbage cans.
But even if they found it, then they'd assume that somebody murdered a child and stuck him in there, and
the place
they'll look around to see.
Is now filling with law enforcement. Yeah. So
you'd also have to get it out of the train station because you won't find garbage cans in UK train stations.
Oh, okay. I don't know what we can do. I say just leave it. Knock some of the stuff on top of it, make it look like it was part of the accident.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think go is the best we can do.
Yeah, you grab that into the trunk and I'll take this end.
You place Decker's body where it looks like it would have been a victim of the explosion. You load up the trunk on a trolley. You see police officers are attempting to, get witness accounts of everything. Are you stopping and telling a story? Or are you just like, I'm out of here?
Act panicked, the bomb went off. We want to get the hell out of here.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll say in all of the pandemonium, you're going to be able to slip away free.
And if I have too much blood, on my outer shirt, I'll throw it off.
Yeah, I mean, there's bloody people everywhere. You can,
right?
Yeah, it doesn't stand out.
Yeah, there's people like me laying around.
Yeah. Are you going to a paramedic, Lanval and Bertrand? By the way, because I
had 8 hit points maximum, and I lost 7 of them. So I don't know if I can even move on my own.
Yeah.
Somebody will grab you.
I was down to 3, so I'm
not well.
I was, trying to deal with the bomb threat and just caught everything, I don't know anything.
I'm thinking I'm on the platform telling a good Samaritan how to pack my wounds with my medical knowledge.
There you go.
You
So
could do a
wrapping
John
up,
Woo and crawl toward each other bloody on the platform.
you return the trunk to HQ where it's stored away somewhere, much to the chagrin of Delta Green. The papers report a terrorist attack under investigation, no known cause. Bertrand, you are a detective. Are you going to let that be known on the scene? Because if you are, they'll probably, have you in the papers. The brave detective Nicholas Baker attempts to thwart terrorist activity. Are you going to shy away from, flashing the badge? Bertrand?
I won't be flashing a badge. I'll just be, or rather that, not that my MI5 one, but I'll just be, saying that I just got caught up in the last threat.
Yeah. So
maybe show some Scotland Yard credentials.
Yeah, they'll report like that you were there, and you'll give your accounts as a detective, and you'll be commended and awarded. If you pay attention, which some of you probably do, if you read the tabloids, the Sun will have a cover of the Benjamin Button baby. My 2-year-old is now 98.
Oh my gosh.
Some wild story with his photograph. Detective PC Jonathan Decker is reported as missing. You do hear a little chatter about that, and eventually it kind of fades as no one quite knows what happened to him. But you
with
all
headlines
get
like that,
away,
we're gonna have
Scott.
Phenomenon X turn up.
Your names are not mentioned, and no one seems to know your part in all of it. And that is Spilsbury number 9485.
Cool.
Wow.
I
Really
of course copied all that stuff into my little book before I cast the spell.
Of course. You just have one more ritual added to the list.
Well, Pisces might call me in because I actually successfully cast that spell, and see if they'll put me on the team that studies that box to see if there's anything left in it, or if it's destroyed.
You are one of those top men that look after it.
Yeah, I'm on the low end of the top, man. All right, so tell us what was going on.
So you honestly, you had put the pieces together pretty quickly. The two investigators who had traveled across the Orient Express got caught up in Randolph Alexis's failed gate experiment, which had trapped a train in this time loop that is not Orient Express related. And they, when they escaped, they had so completely lost their minds that one of them murdered the other, thinking that she was going to do the same to him first, stuffed her body in a trunk, attempted to bind it to the trunk, and walked away. This trunk already had piled in it all of their investigative materials, the artifacts they'd gathered, the information they had learned, and so steeped in the blood of a sacrifice, it kind of took on a life of its own. All of this occult materials, complete with the blood of Catherine Pine, created this trunk that is now out of time and out of space. And from the 1930s on, it disappeared from evidence, and then kept appearing over and over again throughout time and causing absolute havoc wherever it went, and eluding anyone who tried to catch it, because by the time they get there, it's just gone once more. And we didn't really track time, but if you had, you would have noticed that the time in which time reset itself was happening at shorter and shorter and shorter intervals, to the point where eventually it was just going to disappear altogether. Wow. And it would have been in the wind, and you wouldn't have had the artifact on your hands. Yes.
And so was it like dragging things with it, because that's why the train was suddenly different, and it
warps reality around it to kind of fit what it thinks it's supposed to be. So in the first instance, it was the 1930s. So you had like those 30 propaganda posters, the old police box. And then the 20s, there was more posters from that era. You guys didn't get a look at it. And then it's that last iteration is its final iteration before it disappears. And its time is just bending so much around it that it's chaos. It's no longer following a normal pattern.
So that's what happens when you miscast a gate spell.
That's what happens when you miscast a gate spell.
Oh, geez.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen to me now.
You have that spell, so
yeah.
warned.
Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, David Gasway, John Dos Passos, Matthew Sanderson, and myself, with Holly Buteau as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.